The defense of the Washington Redskins has struggled the first 3 weeks of the season, as the Redskins have started the year 1-2.
Touchdown!
Meanwhile in Missouri, the St. Louis Rams and their high-powered offense has led to a 2-1 start to the year.
Loads up, looking to his right. Finds room along the sideline. They won't catch him. Touchdown and a late lead.
In a game between a dominant offense and a lackluster defense, the Redskins travel to St. Louis in the game of the week. St. Louis was looking to improve to 3-1 on the season, taking on the 1-2 Redskins.
He gets the sack, and the offensive lineman didn't have much of a chance.
He delivered a perfect swim move, and he was into the backfield in a flash.
In the first quarter, both teams managed only 2 first downs. The Redskins came into this one as double-digit underdogs, but after the Rams spoiled a field goal attempt, the Redskins were determined to hang on for the ride. After failing to pick up a single first down in the initial quarter, Washington picked up 3 straight first downs on 3 consecutive plays. Then they capped off the drive in style.
Looks right, throws. Touchdown, Redskins!
The Redskins strike first as Jackie Smith hauls in a touchdown, but that lead would only stand for 45 seconds as Marshall Faulk would burn the Redskins' defense for 6.
He's got getaway from the top speed! Touchdown, St. Louis!
When he gets into the open field, there aren't too many players who are going to catch him. He's got that all-important burst.
As St. Louis tied the football game at 7, the Rams were looking to put the knockout punch on the Redskins late in the first half.
Loads up, looking to his right. It's a touchdown. They went over the top for the huge score.
The Rams effectively took to the air and burned the Redskins for 3 scores throughout the first half of the contest. The Rams were in control, took a commanding 21-10 lead, and only had 6 seconds left before celebrating in the halftime locker room. Ensuing a Redskins field goal, the Rams were set to kick off and go into halftime up by 11 points. But as Eric Dickerson fumbled for the first time all year, Washington receiver Gary Clark was Johnny on the spot for the turnover, and the Redskins were within 4 points of tying this game at halftime.
That'll be it for the first half of play. The score is 21-17.
Despite a shaky first half for the Redskins on both sides of the football, Washington only trailed by 4 points. Yet the St. Louis Rams were looking to prove that their 4-point lead was not a fluke as they took back to the air. Kurt Warner's 3-for-3 passing put the Rams inside the Redskins' 10-yard line. But as the field shrunk for this offense, the Rams quarterback made his first mistake of the afternoon. This time, the Redskins' defense would take advantage.
He's looking towards the left side. Intercepted, the defense holds.
And you just have to be smarter than that. You're in a good position on the field. You have an opportunity to come away with points, and you just can't simply give it back to the other team.
The Redskins were able to drive into St. Louis territory in their ensuing drive, but once again the Washington offense stalled at the most critical time, running out of gas at the St. Louis 35.
And the kick is good. He put just enough on that one to coax it through.
The Washington Redskins already proved that special teams is key to winning in the National Football League. As the Redskins got a sneaky touchdown right before halftime, the Rams looked to get a score of their own.
At the 30, and he's into enemy territory. to the 10. Nobody will catch him. Touchdown on the return.
When you have a weapon like that returning kicks, sometimes the hardest thing is to just get the other team to kick him the ball. They always want to kick it away. Maybe he ought to limp on the field.
Coincidentally enough, Eric Dickerson was taking from his return duties, and Ellard took his first return of the night all the way in for 6 points. As the Redskins continued to struggle on offense, the Rams' defense buckled down, and the Redskins were forced to punt on their ensuing series.
Going up top towards the right. The pass is tipped away. And now the offense will be faced with a third down situation.
The St. Louis Rams were able to take their ensuing series into Washington territory and tally 3 more points to their lead to extend to a 31-20 advantage. But the Redskins offense would counter on their ensuing drive.
Throws to his right. The catch! And he could go! Racing toward the end zone. He's got it! Touchdown!
The Redskins turned to the big play with under 2 minutes to go. Washington was within 5 points of a tie ball game here in St. Louis, Missouri, as Art Monk catches his first touchdown of the game, and the Redskins could pull off the biggest upset of week number 4. Washington controversially kicked it off to the Rams and forced them to run the football. With St. Louis 123 away from winning the football game, defensively the Redskins blitzed and were burned again for another score.
Warner hands it left, running strong downfield. He's got getaway from the cop speed. Touchdown, St. Louis. That should wrap things up here, Chris.
Yep, not a lot of time left now. This one's pretty much over.
The Rams proved to be one of the top offenses in the National Football League and burned the Redskins for yet another touchdown, their 5th on the afternoon. Any hopes of a Washington comeback were all but evaporated.
Well, I always hate to say it's over with time still on the clock, but this one's over.
The Washington Redskins trailed by 12 points with under 1 minute to play. The Redskins were hoping for a miracle.
Rolling out to his right. To the 20. Surveys the field. Comes down with it. Touchdown!
When a guy has a special receiver like this guy, he knows throwing it into the end zone. Usually they're going to be smaller spaces. You're going to have to count on the guy making a great catch, and who better at it than he is.
After scoring a touchdown, the Redskins now needed an onside kick.
And a hope for a good bounce here, as the entire game rides on the onside kick attempt. Line drive kick, very short. The Redskins recover the onside kick.
The Redskins score a touchdown with under 30 seconds to play, and the Redskins now trail by 5. Then they recover an onside kick and were 1 play away from victory in St. Louis. With all of America marking the Redskins as losers, could slinging Sammy Baugh have one final act against the Rams? His pass would be deep and into the end zone.
Goes through his progression. Looks to the right. He's going for it all. He knocks it away at the last second.
The Redskins came into this game at 1-2 on the season and had a valiant effort against the heavily favored Rams. At one point, St. Louis led by 14. They were looking for the knockout punch, but the defense came with one big play that sparked the offense. Slinging Sammy Baugh had a tremendous day, throwing for 3 touchdowns. But in the end, the Rams offense proved victorious, 38-33.